So I finally missed a week and decided not to try to make it up. Um, yeah, I just feel like the whole point of this is for me to create when I am have time to create and I'm ready to create, and I'm creating as a form of therapy, maybe, or a form of like documenting what it is that I want to remember about this year. And so I think that it's important for me to recognize, oh, that's funny. So I, I started off talking, I didn't even think about what I wrote down for the past 2 weeks, which just, yeah, okay, let me just get to it, because it's like, it's kind of, I guess the word that pops into my head is like serendipity, but like, I don't know if that's right. I just don't feel like, yeah. Anyways, what I wrote down for what I've learned for the past 2 weeks, is, overall, like the 50,000 foot view of this is like the limitations of my humanity, which is a very large thing to take on in a very short, what is typically a short blog. So I mean, we talked about how I'm a Jesus follower. I'm a Christian. It is the Lenten season right now, and when we were at church the 2 weeks ago, maybe at this point, the messages all are centering around Lent. And it was basically about the limitations of our humanity. Like, we are limited, finite beings. And once we accept that fact, or we accept the fact that we can only do so much, like we can only consume so much, we can only experience so much, we can only take on so much wisdom, like we're going through the book of Ecclesiastes in Lent. And if you are a Christian and you know Ecclesiastes, like sometimes it's like gotten this, I don't know, reputation as like a downer, right? Like it's basically like, everything is futile, right? But I think what's really cool is like we've come to understand through kind of the process of learning this Lent that like it's more about like, like we're limited and we can't try to expand beyond our limitations. Like we have to start accepting the reality of our humanity, which is that we're limited. So I've just seen that pop up like all over the place over the past 2 weeks, and it's been really almost fun to be like, oh, like using it with our kids. Sometimes it's like you are a limited human being, you can't do that, or like, like you need to just accept the fact that in our house we have one TV and we don't ever plan on getting another one. So like just accept that fact, 9-year-old, almost 10-year-old. So like just even in that way, like accepting reality, like accepting like this is reality, this is the way, this is just life. And it's been somewhat freeing at times, I think, to feel that way. So yeah, I guess that is the 50,000 foot view of it. Something that almost like goes hand in hand with this that feels like it wouldn't, but it does, is that we were at Barnes and Noble this past week and just decided to pick up a puzzle, because we're kind of puzzle people, maybe like closet puzzle people. Like we love them more than we like admit that we love them. And so we picked up a puzzle and like finished. It was like a 1,000-piece puzzle, pretty hard, and like we finished it in a couple days, because like I think there's something about a puzzle that kind of links to this, where it's like it feels impossible, and yet at the same time, like you do have the capacity to do this. Like you just have to set aside time. Like you have to devote time. And as part of like Lent, something that we're not great at, but that we want to commit to is like not spending our evenings in front of a screen. So not watching a ton of TV and things like that. And so this is one of the things that we've been doing or want to do more of, even in the season still, is do puzzles. And so, yeah, it was just like, it's a way to like sit down, slow down, stop, connect, like talk to somebody, like enjoy somebody for a few hours, and stretch yourself, like stretch your creative capacity, and like things, how do these things fit together and things like that. And so that was really fun. And then, I would just say kind of something too that has come from this look at Ecclesiastes that we've done, and this reminder of our limitation, is also that there's gifts and joy, like in each day, in the mundane, in the limitation, like there's gift and joy in that. And so like for us, I think the puzzle is actually like that's really a gift for us. It's a moment of joy for us, which is, kind of different. And maybe for some people it's, it would not be that. But for us it is. So yeah, and I think what's a good reminder out of all of this is, like, from a business perspective, it is a pretty busy season right now. I'm doing a lot of editing of projects, working on this podcast studio that I mentioned before. There's just a lot going on. And so like the reminder that I'm human, the reminder that I'm limited, the reminder that I only have so much capacity in a week. It made it really easy, honestly, to skip a vlog. and maybe that's not a good thing, but I think it's a good thing, because it was kind of like, oh no, like you only have so much time, and this is for fun. And the reality is sometimes you have to set aside the fun things in order to do the things that pay the bills. And that's a little bit of what happened, but it's also, there were just times where I spent time doing other things this past 2 weeks, where I spent more time with my wife because we were doing a puzzle, or I spent more time with my wife because we went to get coffee together. Or I spent more time, with I played outside with my kids, like we had really nice weather for a few days, like play outside with my kids. That there are things that it's okay that I pull my attention away from this. But also that it's okay that I understand through all the busyness, through all the joy and the excitement of a busy time for business, that I recognize I'm a limited human being. And I only have so much capacity. I only have so much time. Not everything can get done in a day. And that it's okay if I move slower than probably my brain tells me I move. Because I want to please people, and I want to get things done for them, and I want to get things done for myself, but sometimes I just need to stop and slow down. So that was a lot. I am covering 2 weeks, so maybe that's okay, but I'm going to try something different, in the sense that, other than the little tea montage, because also, like, everybody does coffee montages. Coffee's okay. Like, I don't particularly enjoy coffee. I like tea, and we're kind of a tea family, and so I did a tea montage. Might not be as fun, but cheers. All right, I'm gonna stop blabbering now. Have a good week, and I probably will see you next week. So, all right, bye.